The Vice Chair, Senator from Montgomery County.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'm rising to share why I will be voting red against nominee number 19. First, I want to say that I have the highest degree of respect for the governor and for the Secretary of Appointments and her whole team. Having said that, I do not believe that this nominee deserves such a prestigious appointment. For more than 25 years, this appointee, this nominee, ran our State Board of Elections. In that time, there were errors, foul-ups, problems, lack of a collaboration, lack of accountability, lack of communication, including wasting over $100 million in taxpayer money on touchscreen voting with no paper trail, despite scientific evidence to show that that was an ill-conceived idea. When motor voter was implemented, there were problems making sure that the MVA and the SBE's systems collaborated, because communication and collaboration is not something this nominee excelled at in any way. So I will just remind this body that the General Assembly voted nearly unanimously, I think there were 2 dissents out of 188, to ultimately have to terminate the employment of this nominee as the head of our State Board of Elections. I'm not quite sure why it is that after that record of failure that we should consider a prestigious appointment to the Judicial Disabilities Commission. I'll be voting red. Thank you for your attention.
All right. Questions on nominee 19?
Mr. President.
Recognize the Senator from District 7.
Clarification on that last comment. I don't think we voted to terminate her employment. I thought it was vote to the fact that that position could never be terminated. I don't think it was about her employment herself. So I just want to clarify that.
Thank you for the
Excuse me, Senator has not been recognized yet.
So I just want to clarify that. I don't think it was about her personally. I think it was about that position was what that vote was for.
All right. On the nominee, any further discussion? Recognize the Senator from Montgomery County.
Since he was asking me the question, if it's okay for me to respond.
Senator may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. President. There was a bill that had passed many years earlier that made it nearly impossible to terminate the incumbent from her position. It took legislation to undo that legislation, and while there was no particular name in the legislation, it was directed at the termination of that person, and that bill was signed into law by the governor. And then the incumbent did resign her position.
All right. Question remains on nominee number 19. Any further discussion? If not, the clerk will call the roll.
Mr. President.
Has everyone recorded their vote? Anyone wish to change their vote? If not, the clerk will take the call. All right, by a vote of 29, the Senator of Maryland does not advise and consent to the nomination of executive for number 19. Clerk will read the next nominee. Send to Maryland. All right.